All right, so like I said earlier, one of the main uh, teachings that helped me get through really anxiety is the practice of mindfulness in general, not just mindful breathing, but just just mindfulness, which is with literally it's just being aware of the present moment. You know, how do you feel? What are you? How do you, like? How does the floor feel uh, under your feet? What is your hand on? Is your hand on the table? What does the table feel like? What is, you know, the temperature in the room you're in? Um, it's being, it's doing your best to focus on the present moment. It's a practice of living in the present moment. And mindfulness is, I think, a term again popularized by the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. And the point of and the real inspiration, he says, it's that happiness is not available to us in the past, and it's not available to us in the future, because the past is gone and the future is not yet here. The only moment we have is here and now, and it is the only time that we can touch peace and happiness. And I'm a firm believer in this, regardless of whether you are in a very terrible, in no matter what extreme suffering you're going through. I believe this is an incredible way to combat horrible times, is to realize that I need to go to the moment. I need to be present to find peace. And and again, another positive of mindfulness is that it's to stop thinking about the future or the past, because obviously most of us think about the past and the future. What I can recall is that when I was getting anxious, I was largely worrying about the past and the future. I was constantly reminding myself of the bad moments I had. I did not have the best upbringing, and I'll leave it at that. And the future was still terrifying. You know, I didn't feel secure. You know, I certainly didn't have the grades, and so it can be overwhelming. And we're often in these headspaces, and these headspaces are conducive for anxiety attacks and fear. So a thing like mindfulness anchors us, makes is the point is to practice living in the here and now. So certain practices to do this with is there's mindful breathing, like I explained in an earlier video, where you close your eyes, you breathe in, and as you breathe in, you say, "I follow my in breath," and as you breathe out, you say, "I follow my out breath." And you say these things in your head, um, and that's to help that's to help you with literally being in the moment. And then there's exercises like mindful walking when you go for a walk, maybe just a simple walk around your block. Um, put your entire focus in each step. You know, when your heel touches the floor, when it reaches the ball of your foot, when your toes touch off, how does it feel? What does your shoe feel like? What does the floor feel like? If you're walking on concrete, chances are it's hard. If you're walking on dirt, chances are it feels well different for sure. But the point of that is to really like just pay attention to the floor with each step. Put yourself, be present in every step. And you practice this with every step. And that's mindful walking, and why this is super, super important and super valuable, as with mindful breathing, is that when you do these practices, you build up the energy of mindfulness. And with the energy of mindfulness, you build kindness to yourself, to others. You build calm. You build a peace of mind. And that's what practices like doing anything mindfully. Eat mindfully. You know, when you take a bite out of something, pay attention that you're taking a bite out of something, because I've done it myself. I still do it too. I'll be on my phone and you're not really paying attention to the food. You're eating the food, and you're your phone, you know. And the reality is, there is no multitasking. There's no way you can be focused on two different things. You're not. You know, you can succeed at doing two different things at once, but you're not really living 100% fully in in the moment when you do that. Your attention is split. Um, so yeah, take things one thing at a time, you know, and it doesn't have to be literally all the time, but certainly practice it. Do things mindfully. Like I said, eat something mindfully. When you take a bite, how does the food feel? How does it taste? Are you eating fast? Are you eating slow? What does it smell like? You know, and this is a very powerful thing because again, it's you're living in the moment. You're being grateful for things, and it's a very powerful practice that can help you anybody bring peace, and anybody could practice it to be mindfully aware of everything they're doing. So yeah, I would suggest, you know, mindful breathing. You know, do that 3 different times a day. Again, if you literally feel like you have no time, definitely schedule it for at least 1 minute in the morning, in the middle of the day, and at night before you go to sleep. Sit down and literally put a timer on schedule, and you know, like I told you, then breathe in. I follow my in breath. Breathe out. I follow my out breath. Do that for a minute, and I'm sure you will notice that you feel a lot better at the end. At least you will feel tremendously more calm. And you want to do this every day. And honestly, you want to do this for a few minutes every day, especially if you have an anxiety issue. You need to do practices like these. And I would literally schedule 5 minutes 3 different times a day because you need to build yourself up. And that's the advice I wish somebody would have given me in when at my dark time. So, mindfulness, practice it, look it up, and that's it for now.